I still love to watch baseball. You know, I love your Marlins. I love the Rays. I was very excited about my Cubbies because I'm from Downers Grove, Illinois. And I'm a big fan of the Cincinnati Reds. And the thing is, no matter who wins, it's a beautiful sport. Now, a lot of times I save myself for ESPN and they just see all the highlights. See, because not so much scratching and spitting.
Now, I'm going to talk to you about, hey, I want to do the Cubs thing then. What was that like, seeing them after, over 100 years, finally win the series? Did you have a favorite Cubs player or baseball player when you were
Ernie Banks. Ernie Banks was my favorite. But just remember, anybody can have a bad century. As a matter of fact, one of my greatest moments in baseball happened at Joe Robbie Stadium. Are you aware?
No.
Okay, listen to this. Through all of the magnificence that is Joe Robbie Stadium, the Marlins and the Dolphins' happy home, it gives me pride to introduce a man who was to baseball what Romulus and Remus were to Rome. Take 95 until you hit the Massachusetts Turnpike. Get off at Fenway Park and there you are. Where back in 1941, this man hit 406. And even now, Ted Williams has no par. America anticipated every turn at bat to watch him knock the ball to smithereens. 521 home runs are even more incredible because he gave 5 years to the Marines. The boys who wrote the sports page never did him any favors, but for Cooperstown they had to tell the truth, that Theodore Samuel Williams brought a splendor to the game, reminiscent of the late George Herman Ruth. And he starts crying, and he hugs me, and he says, "If I'd have had you for a press agent, I'd have never had any problems." And I thought to myself, that was, I mean...
The great Ted Williams, that's awesome.
When I do a poem, I go for the head, the heart, or the funny bone. And this time I got all three, and it meant a lot to me.
What was that event that you were able to do that at the state?
Ted Williams was signing baseballs. So he made $25,000 that day, I made $1,000 that day. But if it would have been any more, I wouldn't have paid them.
Gangrel, good to see you, sir.
Gangrel just came in too. So, you know what? One of the all-time greats right here. I can't tell you how much I admired your gimmick.
Thank you, Lanny. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. That's awesome. You got to meet Ted Williams and do that for him and all. That's just amazing. Baseball, I know now your brother obviously was in the Cardinals organization, I think, and the Reds too and all like that. Was that some of your aspirations as well, trying to get to the minor leagues and then get to professional baseball?
It was a dream of mine to become a baseball player. He was 2 years older than me, Randy. But when we got to Sarasota, you know, he was the greatest player in Downers Grove, Illinois. Then he goes to Sarasota for the rookie league. And guess what? I saw a guy named Jerry Mumphrey. And I said to myself, not to him, honesty compels me to say that there is no comparison between these two men. Jerry Mumphrey, Tito Landrum, Doug Flynn, these guys were phenomenal. And Randy was the best player in Downers Grove, Illinois, and that's not good enough. So.
For you, playing baseball, you love the game. That's a passion for you. What do you think of just today's baseball compared to when we were younger watching baseball?
You know what I would love? If the Marlins would say, okay, we have enough, you know, play-by-play men and we have enough color men, but maybe they could add me as a poet and I could just write poetry for the guys. And you know, just use me like 30 seconds every game and it'd be good enough for me and I'd love to do it.